Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Laughing Boy here, and this is going to be another Ark Survival Evolved video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some easy oil nodes that you can get access to early in the game. This is going to be on the island, and well, I do want to remind you that if you do go on to enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like. With that being said, here we go. Okay, here we are at our first oil node. As the sign says, it's over there near the large stone in the water. Now, before we get started, I'm going to show you my location on the map. Down there at the bottom left-hand corner. And my GPS coordinates right now is 89.0 by 21.7. Of course, the oil node is over there. The reason I'm over here is because this is where my little cabin, where I built my little oil cabin, and I'll get to that in a moment. And there it is. If you haven't seen them, this is what they look like. And you may notice the oil coming up off of them out of the water. That's how that is a good way to see them while you're in the water. And if you happen to see one of these trails that's just that are running through the water, just follow it back and you'll get to the oil node. Now, the reason for the little hut, that one has a little bit more on there than I normally put, because this is actually where I actually built this stuff so I could build the picks for the rest of the cabins. But all this is, well, in order to build it, I put one foundation, 3 walls, 1 door frame, 1 door, and 2 ceilings. The one up there and the one here. And the 1 ramp to get down to the ground. And here is the purpose of the cabin. The beds and this large cabinet. Now, well, at least that, these are the tools that I need. Yeah, anyway. What the cabin is for is, every hour, if you so choose, you can fast travel to this bed. You will wind up here with no armor, no equipment. So you come to the cabinet, you pull out the pick, you go harvest the oil, bring the oil back, put the oil and the pick back in here, click on the bed, fast travel to the next one, and then at a later time you can come by on a raft and collect all the oil that you've harvested. Anyway, on to number 2. Okay, here we are at oil node number 2, or at least the cabin for oil node number 2. You can just about see it out there. But anyway, here we are. You can just fast travel to here, pick up your pick from there. Swim out there, you can already see the oil coming up. Now, you do want to make sure there is nothing around here like megalodons or jellyfish. And just harvest that oil, go back to your cabin, and move on to the next one. And again, I will show you the GPS coordinates and the location on the map. We are right here. We're not actually out in the water. I don't know why it shows that, but anyway, there's our GPS, 85.6 by 17.5, and number 1 is that way, just a little bit. Just a little bit east of us. And now we're on to number 3 and 4. I put I only built one cabin over there because they're fairly close together. They are in a little bit more dangerous location, so bear that in mind. Okay, here we are at our little cabin for oil nodes 3 and 4. Here we are on the map. Here's our GPS location, 74.1 by 13.9. Now, these are out here. A little bit out into the water, you can see this oil node already. Well, at least you can see the oil coming from it. You're going to have to swim a little bit. This is shallow right here, but you can still get some things come up here, mannas, for example. There is, well, here is our third oil node. There's our fourth one, and there's a good reason not to go over there right now. Here we are at our fifth cabin. The location, well, that's not our fifth cabin, but it is our fifth oil node. We are basically on the little, again, we're not out in the water. We are basically at the elbow on that little, on that peninsula sticking out there, which is here, this. And our coordinates are here, 62.1 by 12.8. You can use these stones here as a landmark. But our oil node is right out there. We don't have to worry too much about the dolphins. We do have to worry about the jellyfish. There it is. It is again in semi-deep water, so be careful. But I am going to now show you how to get oil without even getting wet. Okay, here we are up north. This location may look familiar. This is the location I use in my capture ship build, showing you how to build that. And well, this is what we're going to be using here. This is just a regular, this is a raft, not a motorboat. I used 9 foundation pieces, 9 ceiling pieces, 22 walls, 2 door frames, and 2 doors. Now, you could possibly build the walls and the ceiling out of wood if you so choose, because this is not a combat raft. However, I still would build the foundation out of stone at least, because things will attack you. Things will attack you and try to destroy your raft just because it's there. I put 4 campfires in here. So far I've only needed 3, and 1 cabinet. Now this cabinet is, as you can see, I've already got oil in it. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over there, right over here, and grabbing some oil. Now I'll tell you how close we are to the cold biome. Again, snow on the plants right here. And by the way, there is an oil node right out there, but it is kind of deep. I don't know if you'll be able to get to it and harvest it and get back before your oxygen ran out. And you want to, well, you want to avoid the giant sharks, jellyfish, and whatever else is out there to kill you. Okay, so also for this video, I'm going to take off what armor I have. I'm only wearing ghillie, except for my fur boots, but still, just to show you that you can do this. Well, as soon as you can build a raft. I think stone foundations are available at 24, 26, somewhere around there. Not freezing. Now the location, of course, my location is here. Currently, I'm not out in the water, but it is 39.4 by 14.0, but that is the only oil node here is actually in the water, and that is not the purpose of this part of the video. I also forgot to list two very important pieces for the ship build. That is 2 ramps. I built those out of wood. It's better to build them out of steel, but or even tech. But then again, that's not early in the game. So, and again, as you saw, I am still in my skivvies. I am perfectly comfortable in my ship here with 3 fires going. And what we're going to do is we're just going to simply pull up to that oil node. We're actually going to pull into that oil node. The oil node is in the ship. Pull out the pick. Harvest the oil. I'm actually, I guess, standing in the oil node. Just have to get close enough to it. Notice please notice I am not damaging my ship. But I have harvested that oil node. You do want to be aware of these stones. They are going to make navigation a little bit difficult. And the wooden raft won't back up, so you'll just have to, if you do happen to get stuck, just keep pushing forward and turning until you come loose. Now, it's also worth noting that along these shores are crystal and metal in pretty good formations, but you're going to have to get out of the ship in most cases to get them. So you're going to need fur. And it looks like I may be able to show you. There we are. There is a metal node and a crystal node. And some things that I don't want to play with right now. And yes, that's a penguin. Now, I want to make sure that you guys understand that when you fast travel using the beds, all the equipment, all the items, everything that you have on you will drop to the floor. So make sure that if you're going to fast travel around and collect the oil, to first take all of your gear off and put it safely in a cabinet someplace. Then fast travel to each location, making sure to deposit the oil before you fast travel to the next location or back to your base. Anyway, I also want to remind you, not only for myself but for any video out there, please remember to leave a